Good afternoon, my dudes, and welcome to this week's Buyer's Guide. Starting off with some competition awesomeness, which is going on right now across Evetech socials. We are doing so many giveaways, it's going to turn your head. There are some coming up on Turbo Tortoise as well. It's going to be a season of very Christmas things. This is the lead up to the Black Friday specials. So there's already been a number of giveaways that have already concluded. But if you want to get involved with these, just follow Evetech on any of the social media platforms and then you'll be able to enter over there. But now diving into this week's top 10, at number 10, I've thrown in this T150 from Thrustmaster because this is actually quite an advanced pedal set, which is normally about 800 Rand more expensive than it is now. It's on like a 20% discount, and the Ferrari edition is just, well, it's Ferrari edition. I've got the TMX Force, which I use on the channel and stuff, and I've done a review of, and there is some content with that on the Evetech YouTube channel if you want to go and check it out. I've got it with the full rosy rig, but basically, the TMX Force and this are almost identical, so I can attest to the quality and the feel and everything of the device, and it is upgradable as well, which is kind of nice. You can add in some modules and stuff, you know, just typical Thrustmaster goodness. And staying with Thrustmaster at number 9, I got to talk about this T16000M because it's got like add-ons and feature sets as well that you can start off here and you've basically got everything you need on the joystick. But if you want to upgrade, then you can get throttle quadrants, you can get the rudder pedals, and you can go full level like DCS Sim. And yeah, all of that at a discount at the moment on Uncle Evetech. Normally these are also about 1516. This is also in a very fat discount at the moment. At number 8, we're going to talk about this Vertigear PL1000 because it's got a capability of seating quite a large gentleman or madam. If you are a bigger person and you need some width and some comfort to come with that, this is probably a pretty good choice for you. It's also got more of an open style than the racing seat style, which is actually for holding you in a chair when you're going around corners quickly, not particularly for ergo and comfort. But you can see by the design and the way they've set this up, it is a lot more ergo than your average gaming chair is normally. And these are normally quite a bit more expensive than that. They're normally 4.5. So this is also on a ridiculous discount at the moment, and there are varying colors and stuff you can get this in. At number 7, it's the best bang for buck wireless gaming mouse you will find. It does use AA batteries, but for 600 Rand, you're getting 1000 Hz polling rate. You get that wireless, even with the batteries in it, weighs 96 grams, and it can run off a single AA. So my idea with this for you is, what would you spend on a high-end wireless mouse? Probably about 1500 Rand. This has got the Pixar PM3325, which just has a 10,000 DPI limit, but it's still got 450 IPS, or it should be 400 IPS and a 40G acceleration, which is on the higher end, as you may or may not be aware. That is pretty damn good. And even having reviewed it, I can tell you at that point, I thought it was a good deal at just under 1000 Rand. Now at 600 bucks, you've got like a really good wireless mouse. Nice shape as well. It's pretty damn comfortable. It weighs the right amount. It's got the 1000 Hz polling rate. You've got up to 10,000 DPI. So even if you are a high DPI gamer, you're playing on 4K, for instance, you'll be good there. You can also do macros on this. It's basically got all of the premium features without any of the tax attached to it. And then also still puts a 2-year warranty on the 600 Rand mouse. That's quite a lot of confidence from them. Rounding out the top off at number 6 is this 275R. I actually can't deal with this case right now because of the value and stuff that's being proposed here. The dimensioning of this case and the layout is what makes it just as good as it is. It comes with 3 fans. You've got 2 120s at the front and a 120 at the back, which is going to be good for most like entry-level systems, as you can see by that layout over there. That's exactly how it comes shipped and delivered. But if you're looking at building something a little bit more premium and you want a decent looking case without having to spend premium on it, this is going to be my top suggestion to you because of this dimensioning. Just look at this picture over here. You can see how much they've recessed the front of the case to fit in the longer boy GPUs. If I'm not mistaken, this has a full 40mm clearance over here. I did see it on the website. Unfortunately, it's not actually here on the page. I was hoping for it to be over here so I could show you that, but just check it out. You should see that there is clearance over there. There is also top clearance for your radiator, and then there's obviously a front setup. But with that kind of clearance, you could do full push-pull even inside of the chassis. Glass side panel, nice PSU shard, really nice Garrett's and stuff. I've actually built in this exact case, this 275R Black Edition over here. That does come in white as well, so you can have ebony and ivory in together in perfect harmony, either or, right? But this case, at this kind of money, 1,250 with the 2-year warranty on it, is just really, really good. As far as glass side panel cases and stuff go, I think this is the best one to buy right now, just because of that extra length that you're getting. Jumping into the top half of number 5, it's the cheapest way to go, 144 Hz. LG is back on the store. They are back in stock. So if you prefer a higher contrast panel, then this is the one to go for. 1 millisecond response time, 144 Hz, and good old TN with a 300 CDM squared max brightness as well, not 250 like some of the other ones are gimped. You can do a 300, which is kind of nice to have on there. Minimum of 240. So it is quite a nice bright panel. It's vibrant. It's got really good contrast. As I said, I prefer high contrasted panels. But the only thing I don't really like on this is the stand, which is something I mentioned in my review, because it's not really adjustable. You're going to have to like prop it up on books or something like that if you want to adjust the height or something of the monitor. That is the only real drawback. But if you're looking to go 144 Hz and that's not a deal breaker for you, this comes highly suggested. At number 4, it's the Earthwatt 650. This is a really, really well priced power supply right now. 1,200 Rand. Gets you 650 watt gold. It gets you a semi-modular setup as well, which I believe is over here. As you can see, you can do semi-modular, so you don't need to add in all the extra cables and stuff. You just got what you need connected coming out of there. And did I mention that it has a 7-year local warranty? So your guaranteed cost of ownership is like less than 200 Rand a year, considerably. So it's like, let's say it's a Rand 80 to own this per day. It's going to be less than 1 Rand. It's going to be way less than that. It's going to be like 80 cents or something, or even half of that. Or it should be, yeah, about 80, let's say 85 cents a day with the cost of ownership on this thing. It's kind of sick. If you look after this and you're shooting for mid-range builds with 65 watt processors and 200 watt graphics cards, your total system draw is going to be half of what this can supply continuously. So what's that going to do for the lifetime of your coils and your capacitors in this? This could probably be the last power supply you ever buy. You could be using, well, at least for the next 10 years even, if you're running it like that. At number 3, it's a 24,000 Rand graphics card, but the competing products on this are at 32,000 Rand. 3080 Ti's, 3090s, all of those kinds of cards are way up in price right now. But this is coming through 24K with a 3-year warranty on it as well, which is industry standard by all measurements, except that it's a 6900 XT. And having used the 6600 XT now recently, I can attest to like the product quality and improvements and all of that sort of stuff. I should have that review out for you on Friday this week. I'm just waiting for some graphics from the big brains that do that for me. But this graphics card at this kind of money, it's the scourse thing that it's even on special at this kind of price. And these XFX cards are nicely understated as well. There's like no extra frill or RGB. What you see is what you get. There's your RGB on the Radeon nameplate. That's it. Everything else, it's just tastefully put together. The build quality on this is really good. I have to say, XFX has stepped it up considerably. The cooling and everything was great. The card that I was testing basically peaked at 65 degrees, which is nothing. So yeah, if you want to get something that doesn't kill itself in New World and burn out, at random, then maybe look at a 6900 XT. The only time I would say you really need RTX is if you're streaming or you're using the content features. I love RTX for that, like for instance my microphone and my camera are going through that. But if you're not using it, then that's not a deal breaker for you. Then just get this thing. It's gonna be a monster. At number 2, it's Acer once again with this ridiculous deal, because this is basically the best of PCIe 3.0 or Gen 3 NVMe's. This is basically the limit of that speed. You're looking at about 3,600, 3,700 just done a Gen 4 test. So if you want to see and understand why that's happening, go look at the MP600 XT review, which I'll give you an explanation to all of that. But this is the limit of Gen 3 with a 5-year local warranty. 1 TB in size and 1,800 Rand makes this an absolutely disgusting deal. This is the best storage deal on the store right now, bar none. And finally, in the top spot for this week is this upgrade kit, and I would suggest you do get it with the extra memory for 13,000 Rand. But what are you getting for 13,000 Rand? You're getting dual channel for your RAM, 3600 MHz CL18. I've also done a review on Ryzen and RAM and why that's important to have, because it's like a 10 to 15% performance differential no matter what you're doing. Plus, this Ryzen 9 runs in 65 watts, if you didn't know. The 3900 has a very, very tight power target. It doesn't get single core boost to like 4.7 and 4.8 like the X series and XT series chips do. But if single core performance losing that amount, it's probably going to be about 5 to max 10% in different games. But if you're looking at it for like a crossover environment where you're doing, say, streaming and video production and all of that sort of stuff as well, then 12 core 24 thread is just going to be a good time. This is still a beast of a chip when it comes to multi-threaded processing. Because it's on a 65 watt TDP, it means that it's extremely easy to keep cool. So I ran this exact cooler on the 5600X and it peaked at 61 degrees. I don't see this going anywhere even near 70 on this 3900. And then because you're getting the X570P, it's got proper power phasing to support the newer processors. It's a little bit more simplistic. It doesn't really have the ports and all the advanced sort of stuff set up. But I mean, just this board in of itself is $4.5 grand of that 13. So you're getting like that processor and RAM for what, like less than 9 grand. That's absolutely disgusting. There is no doubt in my mind, no matter what you are doing or where you're using it, this is going to be great. You're not going to basically have any bottlenecks. You've got future upgrading implied because you've got the X570 board. Means you can get a 5000 series processor, say when the new series release, then you can get that X series chip and get that single core performance. But until then, you've got like a disgustingly sick platform here. Did I mention this 3600 MHz CL18 memory? Do you know how much that helps Ryzen? Ryzen loves it. It loves it. Like, go check my thing on Ryzen RAM. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe. And I will see you on the flip side.